started, and we are underway here on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cousins now to throw on first down. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They go play action. Cousins. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Yeah, fix the outlaw. I got him. Check, crouch.
Ito Smith, his first carry. Oh, a nice spin. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
They keep it with Smith on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Ready? 42. 42's the mic. I got you.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Haskins. This one into the hands of Burton. Touchdown, Falcons. Trey Burton, an 80-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
At the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the gun, Weaver. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
At their own 46-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they got out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Check 55 to Mike. Too little, tap.
They'll run it here with Smith. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Tie it right. 3 down. Mike 42. Come off the ball. Mike 42.
From the 36, Haskins. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Haskins will throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Now Haskins to throw it. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Squeeze, squeeze, double, double. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
3rd down, here's Haskins. Escaping the pressure right. And it's complete. Hooper. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Come on, set, 50, plant.
Check 56. Wild Bill, Wild Bill. Watch twist, watch twist.
Blue draw Corker.
On 2nd down, Cook. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And he finds his target. It's Sharp. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Off play action. Weber. And the catch made by Johnson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
On 3rd down, Weber got an open man. It's QT. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now here's a throw that's taken in by Tajay Sharp. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The Vikings on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Weber. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Opening week, certainly he didn't want to throw an interception, but the rookie got it out of the way. That's the first of his career.
Veterans throw interceptions week 1, week 2, week 3. It happens along the way. But you're right. He got out of the way. It's over. The big thing for him is, can he answer this question when he gets to the sideline? What did you see? Why did you make that throw? They'll work with it from there.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the counter, it's Smith. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Let's stop. Ready? 54, right there. 54, Mike. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long...
They'll try and run for it with Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. To throw on second down. Weber setting up the screen for Cook. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Ready, break.
54. Mike, 54. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Get.
From the gun, Weber. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Jalen Ferguson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be fielded at the 17. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
On second down, it's Smith. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. 3rd and 2. Now Haskins. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Vikings.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Ready?
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
19-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire...
It's got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Daniil Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much since.
42 is the mic. All day, just like that. Just like that. Mike,
from the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And this is going to turn into another first. Down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19.
A gain of 24 yards. That's good for a Falcons 1st down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Set, ready. 64 Mike. Hey. Off. Mike 54. Mike 54. You can't block me. Mike 5-4.
From the red zone now, Haskins on first down. Open man completes it to Butler. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Smith trying to run for it. They stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here we go now with Smith. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Falcons push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what. Well, this first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Cook. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. It's their quarterback with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half.
And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Ito Smith, 77 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front.
That is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Again, it's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Operating from the gun. Weaver. Open man is QT, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Go.
From the gun, Weber. And it's caught. It's Tajay Sharp. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. A good down to possibly take a shot. And, in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th.
Ready? Look at me. Go.
2nd down and inches. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Weaver. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Here we go.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off.
Look, squeeze.
Check 49. Check 49.
Hey, Hayward. Shoot.
To throw again. Weber. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Mike 5-4. All day, D. All day.
Now.
To throw on 3rd down, Weaver. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now Haskins on first down. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked up by Keanu Neal. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Hey, exit.
Throwing on third and long. Weber, he's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Back to throw. Weber got an open man. It's Ratley. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. On first down, Weber. Flush to his right, and they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He's got his man sharp, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Vikings on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Looking to throw on second down. Weber. And that's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. Third down here. Now defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Weber. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Tighten up, tighten up.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Check. Watch it before. We don't want this.
Haskins going to try to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hey, Alpha. They go.
Following the fumble recovery, Weber. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kendrick Bourne there to make the grab. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Vinatieri now for the point after. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Switch.
So